in the chat. So for everyone joining us from YouTube and LinkedIn, welcome to today's webinar. It's great to have all of you with us. It would be great if you could all introduce yourselves in the comment section. We would love to know your background, where you're joining us from. So I can see a few responses in our chat as well. So hi Tanmay from Pune. Hi Ashish from Bangalore. Hi Hima from Chennai. Hi Shubham. Hi Sundar from Bangalore. Arsu from Nagpur. So we have a lot of people from across India, and some of them. Oh yeah, all right. Hi Sharanya. Hi Kapil from Pune. Ijaz from USA. So yeah, we have a lot of participants joining from across the globe. So it's time for us to start the webinar. So I'll just get right into the topic. Today we are going to be covering AI in ITSM, where service delivery is headed in 2026, which is a very important topic to talk about in today's times, because every field has an intervention after AI has come into place. And today we are going to cover a lot of important aspects when it comes to that. And joining us is also Bibip Deshmukh. He is also a trainer for a lot of our ITIL courses. We're going to talk about that in detail towards the end of the webinar, and I'm also going to introduce him shortly to all of you. So I hope all of you are as excited as we are. So without wasting much time, I'm going to tell you about the ground rules for today's session. If you have any questions, I request all of you to share your questions in the Q&A box. So if you share your questions in the chat, we might miss out on your messages because we have a high volume of messages coming in the chat. So if you want any questions to be answered and to be addressed by Bipin, we will surely take it up towards the end of the webinar. So I request all of you to share your questions only in the Q&A box. Please use the chat box effectively, and let's keep the conversations relevant to today's topic. And I request all of you not to share any external links in the chat as well. And finally, the question that gets asked the most, that's the certificate of participation. We will be sharing a poll towards the end of the webinar. You can fill up this poll to receive the certificate of participation, the recording, and the slide deck for today's webinar. So I hope we are clear on all of that. And with that, I'm going to introduce you all to Simplilearn. Before I introduce Simplilearn, I just wanted to quickly understand how many of you are joining us for the first time. How many of you have attended webinars with us before? Please let me know in the chat. If this is going to be your first time, you can comment first in the chat. If not, you can let me know if you've attended us before. Okay, first time. A lot of first timers here. Wonderful. Great to see. So since there are a lot of people joining us for the very first time, I'll quickly introduce Simplilearn and what we do. At Simplilearn, we help learners transform their lives by upskilling themselves through courses. And we have already helped over 8 million learners upskill themselves across 150 plus countries. And we do these through global partnerships. So this is what we mainly do. And we do this by collaborating with universities and also industry partners like Google, Microsoft, and a lot of universities like Michigan, Virginia Tech, and a lot more. You can know more about the university and industry partners by visiting our website. And we also just wanted to quickly tell you some of the key highlights that we have at Simplilearn. So most of our learners have reported a 50% salary hike on completion of courses with us. And we have also been rated 4.8 out of 5 by most of our learners. So this kind of talks about the kind of learning experience you can expect with this. Yeah. So with that, I'm going to take you all through today's agenda and what we are going to cover. So we are going to start by talking about the 40+ year evolution of ITSM and why 2026 is the biggest shift yet. Then we're going to cover why AI is reshaping enterprise service delivery right now. Then we're going to talk about traditional versus AI augmented ITSM. We are also going to be covering real-world AI use cases. This includes predictive incidents, smart triage, intelligent change, autonomous ops. And then we are going to talk about what ITIL 5 changes and what it means for your certification path. Then we're going to cover the AI skills gap. And we will also look at the a 90-day AI ITSM action plan for all of you. And finally, we will be covering Simplilearn ITIL Foundation version 5. So there will be a program walkthrough towards the end of the webinar. And that also brings me, now that we know the agenda for the session, that brings me to one of the best parts for me as the host of the webinar, that's introducing the guest speaker. And today with us, we have Bibip Deshmukh. So Bipin actually brings over 40 years of experience in the IT industry with expertise across software development, IT service management, project management, quality management, and a lot more, like you can see on the screen. And what makes this journey especially impressive is the range of the experience that he brings in. So, from consulting and implementation to training and mentoring professionals across global organizations, he has a lot of experience in this field. And I think that is also one highlight of today's webinar. You're going to learn from somebody who has hands-on experience in this field, and he is also a lead mentor for most of our ITIL courses here. So he will be able to share a lot of informative content with you today and probably help you get a lot of your questions answered in this session. So I'm sure everyone's waiting to hear more from you, Bipin. So once again, thank you for joining us today. We are really happy to have you. Could you please introduce yourself to our audience?
Greetings of the day to everyone, first of all. It's nice to be sharing my stage with Shweta on the session out here. It's as Shweta has already highlighted my experience, etc. So it will be great learning for me as well from you about your knowledge, as well as sharing knowledge with you related to ITIL and ITSM in AI field as well. So looking forward for your queries and handling your queries and questions on this topic.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you so much, Vipin. I'm sure there's a lot to cover. So I think we'll start with the most important aspect, which is the evolution of ITSM. I'm sure you have seen it evolve over time, but a few of our participants are quite new to this. So could you please help them understand how ITSM has evolved over the years?
Yes, ITSM journey has been quite long. It started in the year 1980s, way back then in Britain and Europe. So basically, ITL version 1 or V1 was released in 1990s, initial version, which was basically talking about how how IT can enable the organization to grow. And subsequently, it was adopted in most of the organizations around Europe. And then it came up with a new version in 2000, which was related to the service inculcation of services in service management in IT. Then in 2003, it came up, or 2007, it came up with the new version, which was ITL version V3, which lasted for quite a long time. Basically, it was evolution over version 1 and version 2, and it included the lifecycle model, which was introduced then to cater to the needs of implementation of enterprise-wide solution across the organization and inherit the concept of continual improvement and a lifecycle model from ISO 20001. So this included the lifecycle model of ITIL V3, which includes the service strategy, service design, service transition, service operation, and continual service improvement. As we went ahead in 2011, the introduction of the business alignment with ITL version 3 was introduced. In 2016, again, the new inculcation was done to inherit the guiding principles in ITIL V3. In 2018, towards the end of 2018, the new version, we moved away from the conventional lifecycle based model to a service value system based model. In 2000, and which was further evolved from 2023 to 2026, wherein recent model or framework version 5 was introduced by PeopleCert, which has the evolution over version 4 and which includes the utilization of artificial intelligence across version 5 in ITIL. So this is how the version has evolved over a period of last 40 plus years.
Yeah, so we have now seen how ITSM has evolved over the years, but the biggest shift, Vipin, I think is happening right now because AI is also changing how organizations manage incidents or automate services and a lot more in this field. So could you please help us understand why AI is becoming such a powerful force in reshaping ITSM today?
So first of all, uh, these are basis the uh, surveys conducted by Gartner's, Forrester's, McKinsey's. As for McKinsey's, the state of AI in 2025 is about 80%, 88% of the organization now use AI in at least one of the business functions. That is to deliver value to the consumers. And according to Fresh Services Benchmark Report 2025, 76% reduction in ticket time from AI-enabled ITSM teams versus non-AI has improved efficiency of the organization. As for SolarWinds, again 2025 state of ITSM report, which 54% drop in revolution time of a Gen AI enabled IT teams from moving from 51 hours, reducing the time from 51 hours to 23 hours. And lastly, the Gartner's 40% of enterprise application will include the tasks specified by AI agents by the end of 2026. So that's why we are heading towards enabling the ITSM, where most of the work, automated work, mundane work would be handled by the automation tools and the AI tools, and the staff would be freed up and have a free time for strategizing how to take the things further in the era of AI.
Thank you for explaining that, Bipin. This gives us a very clear picture of why AI is no longer optional and it is pretty significant. But what's also interesting is that this shift is not happening because of one reason. There are several other factors contributing to this. So, Bipin, could you walk us through the key drivers behind this rapid transformation that's happening right now?
Sure. So 5 forces accelerating AI adoption in ITSM is basically the volume of tickets, because AI is driven, basically all of us understand, without the existence of data, it is it is really impossible for AI tools to learn from the data. So data is critical, important. So this data, 34% of the support teams report rising ticket volumes. Average organization handles around 10,675 tickets per month. Manual triage is unsustainable, and HDI data of tech supports 2025 says this. So the volume of data is increasing as the implementation of service management and ITSM is flowing across the industries at various industry levels across verticals, business verticals, especially in terms of telecom, internet service providers, IT and IT-enabled service providers, online banking service providers, online e-commerce platform service providers, so on and so forth. Um, a lot of data is coming in, and that data needs to be processed in a user-friendly, timely manner, and hence it becomes very critical and important for us to ensure that data at the source is collected, validated, verified, cleansed, and put into the AI tools for it to help us to do trending, to help us automate the incident management, service request management, change enablement, and so on and so forth. It also provides 24/7 users acceptations or expectations. 80% of customer expect services tools to resolve issues immediately or independently. 62% of the channels transitions are rated high efforts by Gartner and Higher Logics. So herein basically the tools like chat bot becomes very useful to provide and undertake 24/7 AI services to the consumers as whenever they need it across the globe. Then there is a consistent cost pressure on the organizations to implement tools, automation tools, particularly AI. IT service spending hits around $1.8 trillion in 2026. AI automation delivers around $3.5 per AI and per $1 invested by the top performer, Gartner and Cottville says this. These are based on the research work done by Gartners, Forresters, and other organizations. Yeah. Hybrid cloud complexity. So hybrid is basically, you all know, hybrid cloud is a combination of public cloud and private cloud. In most of the scenarios in bank, internally bank uses private cloud. For the consumers, they may use for some services the private cloud. For some services, it might use the public cloud. So that becomes a hybrid combination. So cloud-based ITSM now 60% plus of development, multi-cloud estate demands intelligence automation management at very higher scales. So ITSM market report, which was given in 2025, states this. AI governance pressure is getting immense because of the speed at which the AI is able to deliver, free up this time of the resources and take automated activities to a next level. 40% of agentic AI projects will fail by 2027 if the organization automate broken processes. Governance and risk scoring are critical. Gartner 2025. Once again, here, it's not only raw data. Data could be of immense importance with respect to areas like the profiling of a customer, user profiling, partners profiling, suppliers profiling, digital product vendors profiling. It is also important with the workflow management tools, which enables automation of value stream and how to train the AI for taking care of automated value streams across various practices. That's what is the pressure which has been put on AI governance. The basic concept for AI governance is the accountability which is to be taken by the senior management team or the governance body of the organization is very critical, and they provide directions and the actions are performed by the teams on a regular basis.
Thank you so much, Bipin. That gives us a lot of clarity on how these forces are actually accelerating AI adoption in ITSM today. But this also raises a very important question about what ITSM actually will look like in the new AI-driven era. So what are some of the key differences between traditional ITSM and AI-augmented ITSM? I'm sure a lot of our participants are also waiting to know that from you. So could you please help us understand that?
Okay, so here we are, traditional ITSM versus AI augmented ITSM. Traditional ITSM is a reactive incident response, manual ticket categorization, rule-based change approvals, static knowledge base, human-only service desks, monthly reporting and reviews, and siloed ITSM tools. Siloed means they are working in isolation. They are not collaborative with the tools which are required from service provider perspective, service consumer perspective, and service providers, partners, and suppliers perspective. They are working in isolation. Now, as a part of versus AI augmented ITSM, we are talking about moving from reactive incident response to predictive incident prevention or incident management or incident resolution. AI-powered auto triage of routing, depending upon the ticket, incident ticket related to. If typical ERP module is considered, the ticket can come from any kind of a module. So this triage will enable, based on the ticket being raised related to a particular module, will be routed to the technical and the functional expert in those areas. That's what is taken up. Risk code intelligence change management, self-updating AI knowledge engine, because all this information which is produced as a part of the various practices and the database related to service management database for incident management, for known errors, or service request management would be automatically classified and updated into a knowledge base, which will enable the teams of service desk to provide first time resolution right by using this knowledge base across without even going into the routing requirement as needed. That will help resolve or help faster resolution time. AI co-pilots plus human escalation or will be interacting with each other, where human being or human will take about the emotional and ethical needs of the service consumers, and AI copilot will take care of the automated needs of resolutions. Real-time operation intelligence would be provided as a part of the knowledge base of the organization, and unified AI orchestration layer will be added, which will be depending upon the area of orchestration, which is basically how should, in a particular scenario, the thing should be handled. Now, there was a question earlier which I would like to answer at this point in time. One of the learners raised a question, how 40% agentic AI project fail by 2027. This is because of the fact that most of the organization do not use a standard way of the project management practices in terms of aligning with project management practices and the software development practices or the DevOps. So that consistency would be required, that will need to enable fix the processes in terms of how the value streams would be created to ensure that the needs of the customer are embedded as a part of the each activity which is performed by the service provider to ensure that the valuable products and services are delivered to the consumers. Still, there is a huge gap in the way in which the development life cycle or implementation life cycle is used in different kinds of project. Development cycle is normally used for bespoke kind of a development, though it may use agile, but still there are consistencies required. And even in ERP implementation or product implementation life cycle, there are different kinds of gaps in the value streams. So those needs to be fixed by that time in order to take it or AI to handle it better. So that's the reason why we said that. I hope that clarifies the point raised by Ismail, I believe so. Yeah.
Yes. So thank you so much for that, Bipin. First of all, this explanation helps us understand the key differences between traditional and AI augmented ITSM with a lot more clarity right now than before. And now we have also covered what the key differences are. I think we have to talk a little bit about the real world applications of this and how enterprises are actually using AI today in today's time. So can you give our audience some examples and about how enterprises are actually using AI in ITSM?
Okay, so ITSM in action, AI in action is by using the normal tools like Freshworks customer data management, which is a part of the Fresh Services by Freshwork. 10,743 organization. It is a Fresh Services Benchmark 2025. Challenges is it enables 76% resolution time or reduction in resolution time, and 66% of ticket deflation, and 4 lakh 31,000 plus agents hours are saved, manual hours annually they are saved. This is based on the research done by the Fresh Services, along with the considerations and along with the collaboration with their client base, who are using their tools. Second is a solar wind. 20,000 plus ITSM systems, 2025 states of ITSM reports. Top 10 Gen AI organization resolution time falls from 51 hours to 23 hours, 54.3% drop, and 323,000 hours saved August 24 to July 25. This is the data which speaks volumes about how automation and AI is helping those organizations using those particular tools. Now, there is all these tools do also have an AI module available there. Okay. Next, we are talking about Mitsubishi UFB Bank, Japan Moderator Intelligence ITSM report, which says 2002 hours saved annually post 2025 rollout, cited as a flagship APAC AI ITSM development. So this speaks volumes about the efficiency because of the data and because of automation tool handling this data. These are already embedded. Now, these are not separately created. These are already information by people or the client or the consumers who are using the respective tools. A AI module is sitting on top of them and extracting data from each of the modules and providing this data related to respective practices, especially the incident management practice where this data is coming from, in a way, depending upon the various tools, etc.
Yes. So thank you for this, Bipin. Those examples clearly show that AI in ITSM is already driving real impact across these enterprises. Now that we spoke about this, I think it's time for us to help everyone understand how some AI use cases in ITSM and how organizations are applying them today. So can you please help us with some real world AI use cases in ITSM?
So here we are talking about the first use case is predictive incident management. So in this scenario, first thing is telemetry and logs. Continuous data is injection from all the systems is happening. Then machine learning anomaly detection is helping patterns recognition across 10,000 plus signals. Predictive alerts. Now, predictive alerts or incident prediction 15 to 45 minutes before the impact. That is through the monitoring of event management tools, which are embedded as a part of the logs of the data of the operating system, or even the tools which have capabilities of going through the logs very quickly. So those are enabling prediction of preempting the incidences. Auto redemption, self-healing scripts executed if confidence is about 85%, and human escalation, engineer notifying only complex cases. So again, as I referred to in the scenario of incident management, basically a simple kind of incident is getting resolved directly by using of AI tools. Wherever the complexity comes into picture, it is human intervention, it is escalated to human, and human have the time because of lot of automation work has taken lot of made them free time, and they are working on a strategic and escalation mechanisms to handle the incidents better, and that will again in a longer run will help data being produced, which will also lead to training the AI tools to take care of such scenarios in future. The business impact of AI enabled teams is 76.6% faster resolution, 67.7 ticket deflection, 4.8 hours saved per incident. This is fresh services data coming from Benchmark 2025 and SolarWind 2025 State of ITSM. So this data is being observed. Participants, please understand this data is coming from the actual data available with implementation of these respective tools across various organizations by the incident management tool service provider organization. All right. So this is the data which is coming from them, not from us. This is important because of utilization of automation umbrella on top of these respective tools. Now, second case study which we are going to talk about is AI powered ticket triaging. Tickets submitted via portals or email, so it takes care of omni-channel. And without AI, it's ticket submitted via portal or email or chatbot, or could be through the personal visit, could be through telephone, etc. LI agent manually reads and categorizes it, routes the team based on the guesswork. Wrong team is equal to reassignment delays. Average time taken is around 45 to 90 minutes, and 30% tickets miscategorized initially by human intervention because of wrong knowledge about the classification. Now, AI tool is trained on this with AI triage. NLP, that is natural language processing, reads and classifies the ticket in seconds. Sentimental analysis flags urgent VIP cases. Auto routing is done to best the skills of the service agents. Now, this I have observed even in the tool which is the service SFA AI agent can help there. Similar incident linked automatically and suggest resolution for knowledge base, which is already available. In the past, what has been done in the looks at the database or knowledge base of the past of a similar kind of incident ticket, which is automatically provides resolution and clears it up. So 60% higher ticket deflation versus traditional thing. This is by Gartner report 2024 on ITSM. Third use case we are looking at is intelligent change enablement, AI-driven change risk scoring. So low risk is 0 to 30%, auto approve plus auto deploy. 55% of the cases it was done. Medium risk is 31 to 65, peer review required 32%. High risk 60 to 65%. CAB fast track plus monitoring 10%. Critical 86 to 100 as a risk factor. Full CAB plus rollback plan required 3%. So this is how this is happening. AI analysis historically changes failure rates. Historical failure rates are change the failure rates. Time of change, peak versus off hours. System and dependencies impacted. Configuration based drift. Team experience and past accuracy, current incident load and risk exposure, and finally, business calendar and freezing windows, time frames that is. Now, use case 4, automation of service operation, AI ops we call it, maturity ladder. In OI maturity ladder, it's a level 1, which is monitoring only, dashboards and alerts, human interprets and acts. Level 2, AI operations, AI suggests human approvals and results. Level 3, 55%, augmented operations, AI executed routine tasks, human overseeing exceptions. Level 4, 80%, must operation, self-healing, self-optimizing, and human strategic oversight, and 100% cognitive operations, AI predicted, decides, learns, and continuous service elevations.
Right. Now that thank you for explaining all the use cases in detail, Vipin. I think everyone has a good understanding of how they can use AI in ITSM right now. That also brings me to a very important segment, that is what ITIL 5 is expected to change. We understand that there are a lot of changes coming in place. So now we are currently transitioning from ITIL version 4 to ITIL Foundation version 5. So this is a very popular question that we get from most of our participants. Could you please help us understand what some of the key differences are?
So basically in ITIL 4 versus ITIL 5, what's evolved is augmentation of AI services has been added quite a lot. Now in ITIL 4, we had 4 dimensions of service management. Here in ITIL version 5, we have 4 dimensions of digital products and service management. ITIL 4 basically used only service management, whereas in ITIL 5, we have moved from only service management to digital products and service management, and involvement of AI at each stage, at each component of the value system. So second, service value system has been realigned to value system. And in the service value system, the central component was the service value chain activities, which were 6 in number, engage, starting from plan, improve, engage, design, transition, obtain and build, deliver and support. Wherein version 5, it has moved from the service value system to the value system, which takes care of product and service development lifecycle. So lifecycle activities has been put into place, which includes discover, design, acquire, build, transition, operate, deliver, and support. The 34 management practice remains the same, but the classification of 34 management practices has been moved from 3 types of classification of practices in version 4 to from the general management practices, service management practices, and technical management practices to two sets of management practices related to general management practices and products and service management practice. Guiding principles have remained the same, but they are enhanced with respect to AI governance, and in each of the step of application of guiding principle, AI has been added to ensure that the guiding principles enable AI governance in the organization. Now, lastly, the focus on value co-creation. Focus was value co-creation. Here, focus has been updated to not only value co-creation, but also on human centricity, customer centricity, and AI human connect. DevOps and agile integration was very minimal as a part of version 4, but in version 5, it has been added quite a lot, along with the interaction between project management as well as the DevOps has been added consistently to take care of native AI, MLOps, and digital and product service management. That's how the improvement, that's how enhancement has been done over ITIL version 4. Now, as we go ahead, we'll learn more about transitioning from ITIL version 4 to version 4 to version 5.
Yes, yeah, we will surely do that. And thank you for explaining the key differences, Vipin. I think there are a lot of our participants who currently have the ITIL 4 certification and would want to take the latest certification. So we will talk about the foundation course as well. And this comparison really highlights how ITIL is evolving alongside AI and modern service management. So I think everyone has a very good understanding of this concept by now. And that brings me to the next segment. So this is how the AI skills, this segment is about the AI skills gap in ITSM. So we have some numbers on the screen here. So we are not just talking about technology evolving, but we are talking about a major shift in the skills organizations now expect from their workforce. So if you look at all the numbers here, jobs requiring AI fluency have grown 7 times in just 2 years, from around 1 million roles in 2023 to nearly 7 million in 2025. Gartner predicts that 80% of engineering workforce will need to upskill by 2027. And the World Economic Forum says 6 out of 10 workers will need training before 2030. And interestingly, 85% of Fortune 500 companies already use ITIL frameworks, which means companies are now trying to combine strong ITSM foundations with AI capabilities. So clearly, the gap is growing fast. But at the same time, this also creates a huge opportunity for professionals who are willing to adapt early. So if you are at that stage where you are considering upskilling yourself, we all think that this is the right time for all of you. So with that, we also have a quick question for all of you. We spoke a lot about the impact of AI in ITSM. So we wanted to quickly understand where you are today. There are 4 options. You can let us know in the chat. So the first option is my team hasn't really started AI in ITSM yet. The second option is we are piloting AI tools, but adoption is limited. Third, AI is part of our workflow, still expanding. And the final option, we are fully AI augmented in most ITSM areas. So let us know your responses in the chat. So you can also mention 1, 2, 3, or 4, or anything that, or you can write down your options. So Tanmaya says option 1. So many people telling option 2. So you are all piloting AI tools, but adoption is limited. All right. So that's very interesting for us to see. A lot of you in option 2. I think Bipin, we have most of our audience here. They're piloting AI tools, but in ITSM. But yeah, adoption is limited. It would probably take time. And with that, I think thank you all for sharing your responses. It's wonderful to see that you guys are adopting AI tools into your workflows, and we hope that you also implement the frameworks that we discussed.
So there are a lot of people why they are
Yeah,
saying this. I know the background because
yeah,
most of the organization today are either using tools from ServiceNow as a ITSM tool, or Fresh Services, or Atlantis tool, or ZenDuty. All these tools have inbuilt AI umbrella, which enables them to actually start piloting and work upon it faster. So base data is ready with these tools, and then that can be utilized by them. So that's why I believe that reason is for 2 is because of that. All right.
Right. And thank you for explaining that as well. So our next slide is also on enterprise adoption curve of enterprise AI ITSM adoption curve. So Bipin, can you please talk to our audience about this? How fast are we adopting AI in ITSM, especially the enterprises out there? What can they expect in the coming years as well? How soon do they have to upskill themselves or get their teams ready?
So upskilling actually started from 2022 onwards. Most of the organizations started adoption in early adopter in 2022, where 12% of experimenting of AI was a novelty. In 2023, the adoption grew from 12% with the range of 35 to 78% of organization using AI in more than one functional area. So it is not all the functional areas together. It's one. Again, the approach of agile is adopted there. Not everything can be done, or a big bang approach is not used. Approach of partial approach is used, which enables them to get better feel of the scenario, a better feel of the tools, better feel of the AI and how it can help the organization. That comes into picture. And then they can go ahead and look into the second, third, and all the functionalities to be taken up. So normally Big Bang approach in such a kind of a vital area of business support is not uh, recommended. So hence people are doing this. Then 2024 was a fast tracking scenario where from 58 to 88% of the organization regularly using AI. Again, these are based on McKinsey 2025 reporting. Um, Again, in AI native push, in 78% of the organization with agentic AI entering the production, 11% live. This is a report given by Deloitte. And 2026 plus catch up the pressure, because now it is important the organization should align to the market to remain in the market scenario, to sustain in the market scenario. They need to align it, and hence it is a time in 2026 and onwards that almost all the organization would go ahead with the fast tracking or putting it into war footing and implementing the AI in respective areas. About the Gartner is saying that 95% enterprises application will be going for AI agents today. In the next 18 months, it will determine whether this which side of the gap the organization would be. So it is always, it is a mandate which is there, the peer pressure, say, or a market scenario, you say, that is driving the organization to adopt AI.
Right. So thank you for explaining this in detail, Bipin. I think that brings us to another very important segment, which is the career roadmap. For anyone who is planning to get into this field, if you are new in this field, we would love for you to know how you can upskill yourself in the next 90 days, possibly. As Bipin is also a mentor with us, he would be able to give you a clear roadmap on how you can possibly do that. So Bipin, could you please help our audience? Some of them are absolutely new to this field and would like to get into the field of ITSM as well. So could you please help them understand how they can do this in the next 90 days?
Yes. So first of all, phase 1, day 1 to day 30, you can enroll with for ITIL foundation version 5 with Simplilearn. Complete AI. Now, if you join as a part of the Elite, then we have already a course apart after you complete the session and the course syllabus of ITIL foundation version 5. If you join as a light, we already have AI automation and AI in ITSM, a 9 hours masterclass which you can attend. That is what complete AI in ITSM fundamental modules may map your ITSM process to AI opportunities and join ITSM AI community forum and LinkedIn groups. Then phase 2, day 31 to 60, experiment and apply. Join ITIL Elite 9 hours masterclass for recapping it. Get hands-on with ServiceNow, AI, BMC, Helix tools. Identify one process to pilot AI automation. If you're already using that, most of you have already said that you are already piloting it, because most of you can pilot it because you already have the data available from the normal services which are either using a tool of GenDuty or ServiceNow, Fresh Services, or Atlantis tool. So that makes a lot of sense there. Then document your finding as a business case. Earn ITIL version 5 foundation certificate. Day 61 to 90, lead and position. Present AI pilot outcomes to the leadership team in your organization. Update your LinkedIn with AI and ITSM focus. Target AI forward ITSM roles and internal moves, and plan advanced certification pathway. Now, in this scenario, advanced certification pathway is available in version ITIL version 5. You can, if you are already a part of ITIL 4, advanced path is done by you in terms of the management professional CDS, management professional high velocity IT, management professional drive stakeholders value. After doing foundation, you can do ITIL, which is already launched for version 5, is ITIL products. For who are into product management, can go into ITIL products. For those who are into services, they can go into ITIL service management. And lastly, those who are into customer experience, they can go into experience module. After doing this, you possibly to get a designation of ITIL management professional, you have to go through transformation module as well. This is a path for ITIL management professional. There is also path available for practice manager, where you have already done, if you in ITIL, if you have done MFS in version 4, you can do after doing foundation in version 5 or bridge in version 5, bridge from 4 to 5 to go into management practice with MFF in version 5 and do transformation, and you can get a management certificate, management practice manager in that area. Similarly, when you do ITIL, you have already done ITIL PIC, that is plan, improve, and control, which is ITIL strategist. Transformation module will have to do plus, which will lead to the module which is called as ITIL strategic leader. If you happen to do ITIL practice manager in one of the 3 areas, do all the 3 areas of ITIL products, services, and experience, and ITIL strategic leader, you will be automatically designated as ITIL master. These are the growth path which is available in ITIL scenario. If a profession, yeah, this is an opportunity plan or a growth path which you can do as a part of certification in the ITIL version 4, moving from version 4 to version 5 as well. If ITIL 4 foundation is there, they still got to complete the ITIL foundation and cannot proceed to advanced certification. Is that correct? See, point here is, if you are doing ITIL 4 foundation is there and the certificate is still valid, you have a course which People Cert have announced, which says the ITIL bridge course. That bridge course is 8 hours course, which we'll be talking about as we go forward. So that can be taken, and once you do the bridge course and clear, your certificate is automatically upgraded to ITIL version 5 certification. I believe, Shweta, that was your question, and hope that answers your query.
Yes. Thank you for answering that question as well, Bipin, and thank you for sharing this 90-day AI ITSM career acceleration plan. We see that we have a lot of questions around this transitioning to the next version, how they can do it. So, like Bipin mentioned, we have an ITIL Foundation Bridge course, and this is an 8-hour course. I'll quickly show you the key highlights of this course and what we provide. So first, this is not a generic course. It's specially designed for ITIL version 4 certified professionals. So everything you learn here is focused, relevant, and also immediately useful. You are getting an industry aligned curriculum, which means you're not just learning theory, you're also learning exactly what's needed for the current ITIL version 5 framework and also the exam. And the best part is that it is just 8 hours for you to get the certification. So this is a highly focused upgrade. It's not a very long, drawn out program. So you will also get live classes led by accredited ITIL experts. So you're not figuring things out on your own. You are learning directly from someone who helps understand both the exam and real world application. And now coming to something most people worry about, and that's the exam here. So this is an all-inclusive package, which means that your official ITIL Foundation Bridge exam fee is already included in this course. So there are no additional or separate steps involved. And finally, to make sure that you're actually ready, You will get mock tests and also 24/7 learner support as a part of this course. So you're not just going to be attending these sessions, you're actually practicing, validating your understanding, also getting help whenever you are in need of it. Overall, this is designed to be a very fast, structured, and outcome-driven course to help you smoothly transition. So if you are serious about upgrading to ITIL version 5 and you have the certification of version 4, this is probably the most efficient way to do it for all of you. And when it comes to the course investment for this, for Indian learners, the course fee is 17,300 rupees. And for US learners, it's $319. For APAC or Africa or ME, it's $240. And like I mentioned earlier, what's included is you will have lifetime access to high quality self-paced content. You will have 2 more test papers for self-assessment, and the ITIL 4 Foundation exam voucher is also included, like I mentioned earlier. So now that we understand the bridge course, we have seen some of the audience who's interested in the ITIL Foundation version 5 and would like to take the exam for that as well. So we have a course specifically for this. I will take you through the key highlights of this course. So first, as a part of this course, this is actually backed by official PeopleCert accreditation, which means that you're not just learning, you're preparing in a way that's fully aligned with the actual certification standards. And one thing that really stands out here is the 100% first attempt pass support that we provide. So what this really means is that you're not just guessing about the whole process. This is a very structured coaching that you're going to get as a part of this preparation. Additionally, you will also earn 22 PDUs with accredited training. So this is not just about ITL, it also contributes to your broader professional growth as well. And now coming to the biggest value add that this is providing, that this is an all-inclusive package. So you are going to be getting your exam fee, official courseware, ebook, cheat sheets, and study plan. All of this is going to be included in this. So there are no additional steps that are involved. And finally, the part that actually makes the difference, which is the practice. And that's something that we highly focus on at Simplilearn as well. So you will get access to 100 plus premium questions, simulations, mock tests, and real world scenarios. So because clearing this exam is not just about memorizing definitions, it's about understanding how concepts are applied. And that is exactly what we are going to help you do through this foundation, through the ITIL version 5 course that we provide here. So now that I have told you some of the key highlights of this course, I'm sure all of you would want to take a look at the course curriculum. And I think Bipin is the mentor for this as well. So Bipin, could you please walk our audience through this and help them understand what will be covered as a part of the curriculum?
Okay. Before I take this into curriculum into consideration, I will answer one of the questions which have come in and which is very important and valid to answer. Once we are moving from bridge, you are taking a bridge course. In that scenario, your number of questions, the timelines are different. The number of questions in normal scenario is 40 questions in 1 hour. Here in a bridge course and bridge this thing, you will have only 20 questions and 30 minutes. And the pass percentage remains the same, 65% of the marks, which will add to your, and you'll get a certification which will be further valid for the period of 3 years. However, in the full course, we have all these modules covered. In the bridge course, the modules covered is the delta between version 4 and version 5, to be precise, how AI and AI additions in various areas of the value system has been added. That would be taken up as a part of the bridge course. However, the normal course will consider as a fresh candidate who has not taken any course earlier, is considered as a fresh person, and that will include the modules which are related to the ITIL terms and terminologies, the 4 dimensions of digital products and service management, ITIL products and services lifecycle, ITIL value system, the value stream identification, mapping, analysis, and management, ITIL and AI And finally, ITIL and other frameworks like DevOps and project management framework like Prince2 Agile and Prince2 Normal. That's what is covered here. So the number of questions are also available for you in each of the areas, so which adds to 40 questions there.
Right. Thank you for actually answering the questions and also walking us through the curriculum. That gives them a lot of clarity of what they can expect if they decide to enroll for this course. So when it comes to the course investment for Indian learners, the course fee is 32,813 rupees. For US learners, this is $799, and for APAC, Africa or ME, the course fee is $699. So like I mentioned earlier, this is what is covered as a part of this course. So people search training material, exam fee, ebook, the 22 PDUs, quizzes, mock test, simulation assessments, and finally the flexibility to reschedule your cohort within the first 90 days of access is also something that we provide here. So if you are interested, you can actually scan this QR code here. This will take you to the course page if you would like to know more details about it. Or if you have no clarity about this and would want to understand this better, I will quickly start a poll for all of you. You can click on a yes, and our advisors will be in touch with you at the earliest. You can talk to them about the course, understand the structure, and if you have any queries, they will be able to help with all of the questions that you may have. So I'm going to quickly start the poll here. Yes, I hope the poll is visible to all of you. So if you are interested or if you'd like to know more, you can click on a yes. Our advisors will be able to help you with that. Also, because this is a webinar and we are kind of in short of time, we will not be able to address all of your questions related to the course, but you can scan this QR code, like I mentioned, visit the course page and get more details about the course, what's covered. Take a look at our assessments. We are really confident about what we provide here. So we would love to see a lot of you join us for our regular classes as well. As you all are giving your responses, if you have any further questions for Bipin, please post your questions in the Q&A box, or you can ask us in the chat as well, and I'll pass those on to Bipin.
Yeah, there is, in the meantime, I will answer one of the questions which have come on the webinar chat. Is by, I don't know the name. It says that write2123@gmail.com. It has been asked whether I have completed the ITIL 5 certification. Yes, I'm an accredited trainer for ITIL Foundation version 5 as well. That's what the question was. And I believe that has answered the query by.
Right. All right. So I'm gonna quickly end this poll here, and I think that you guys can share your questions in the meantime as well. And finally, it's time for the certificate of participation poll. A lot of you had asked about it earlier in the chat, so I'm gonna launch this poll. For anyone who's asked us about the slide deck and the recording, please fill up this poll with your full name, and we will be sharing all of this to your email ID. And in case you're not able to see this poll for any reason, then you can mail us at webinars@simplilearn.net, and we will be sharing the certificate and all the resources with you. All right, so I'm gonna keep this live for another 30 seconds. In the meantime, I think Bipin, we are already over time. We've crossed an hour, so I think I'm gonna take this time to thank you for being such a wonderful speaker. It was a wonderful session. I'm sure everyone learned a lot from you as well, and you've answered a lot of their questions. I wish we had more time to address all of their questions, but we will surely do that in the upcoming webinars as well. But before we wrap up, I quickly wanted to ask you, is there anything that you would like to share with our audience, any piece of advice for someone who is absolutely new to the field and would like to explore this further?
Yes, it is important that you stay with the market. You align yourself with the market, you grow with the market. And because to Update your knowledge, keep on updating your knowledge as for the needs, not only of your career needs, but also that makes it more uh, relevant in the market scenario for yourself, that these certifications, etc., and updation of knowledge is absolutely critical, and staying with the time will enable you, and the certification are just what is adding as a catalyst or a byproduct of your knowledge updation. Is being certified by uh, uh, global agencies or global examining bodies like PeopleCert is a feather in the cap for everybody. So it's highly recommended that you showcase your knowledge through certification as well. And in whatever you do, please enjoy, and always keep on enjoying in whatever you do, which will be giving you pleasure. And once you are happy, that happiness gets converted into what you deliver to your organization as well as domestically also. Enjoy in whatever you do. All the best for you all.
Thank you so much for that wonderful advice, Vipin. I'm sure our audience is going to benefit greatly from that. It was a pleasure having you. And with that, I'm going to also quickly end this poll. And I see a few, responses in the chat saying that you're not able to see the poll. So here you can see that the email ID that I mentioned earlier. So in case you were not able to fill up the poll, you can mail us at webinars@simplilearn.net. And finally, I would also like to thank all of you for being such a wonderful audience, for asking some really good questions, for engaging with us and sharing your responses with us. I loved hosting you guys, and I really hope to see all of you in the upcoming webinars. So once again, thank you everyone, and thank you, Bipin. I'll see you in the upcoming sessions.